As I suspected, it was nothing to worry about. One of the horses had knocked the gate off, kicked, or sometimes they'd lean their chest up or kind of bang their chest into it, and it'll break the. We have a snap and a bungee there, but it really isn't that hard to, if you want it out. If you're, that's a big boy, 900 or 1,000-pound horse, you're gonna get out. And he just busted out and was walking around eating hay. Wasn't really bothering anybody. It was Swinging Senorita's brother. Man, he is a big, good-looking boy. You guys will see him soon. I think we'll probably do his break in. We have a truck coming over with Cash Deals and Unbeatable Kemp, and horses coming from Pennsylvania going back to Canada, and horses going to the sale, and other horses going back to Canada. So I think him and the Muscle Mass filly for sure will be on that truck back to Canada. I think there was another one else. There is. I know for sure there's another one. A third Ontario bred. Anyway, enough about that. Where were we at here? We were at JK Victory. So Ron had said, race him through at the end of Indiana. If he's still a little fresh, you can race him a little bit in the East Coast, turn him out there, bring him back, and have him ready for Indiana next season. Great plan. I am 100% on board with that. Looks like money. I haven't heard Harry train him yet now. I know that Dr. McKee was away till this week, so I suspect she's going to have a look at him, give him the green light, and he'll be training. And let's see, it's November the 12th today. Let's say he gets back on the 15th training. He's ready by January 1st, I think, or for first part of January for sure, as far as the race. Again, it isn't about just getting him to the races. That's not hard. Having Looks Like Money in shape to be Looks Like Money, that final polishing, right? You get horses like Rito's Lady and those, and even Carter Michael Dio, who has to race in the numbers of 3. That's okay, right? You can come in off a qualifier in 59 or 2 minutes and do some damage, but you can't if you Looks Like Money. You have to be schooled in 55 and ready to go, because his first start's in the Open for sure. So that's where we're at with those two. Where are we at here? 4-year-olds. We're down to Renegade Gypsy. So the other conversation today was with Ron Burke regarding Renegade Gypsy, and he asked if he was going to the sale. He told me what he thought he was worth is exactly what I thought he was worth. And I told him, the issue we had was that there was a problem getting your ownership to agree to bring Renegade Gypsy on. And I wasn't pushing the envelope. I wasn't bothering anybody. Now, there may be an option in between, which is to have some of the people who did want to sell out of Renegade Gypsy, because those of you out there that are like, wow, he shouldn't go, you actually are the minority. But I am trying to... What's up?
They put collector and the other horse up here.
Yeah, they gotta go to the other side of third.
Yeah, you need to come in and just decide who's going where, because there's the random racehorse that showed up.
Yes, he can stay here because
down there.
She's not ready for 2 weeks.
And
she
then
can stay there.
Steve's little filly.
She can stay here too. The other two are going over, so they're going to school next week and race. And Steve's filly is too. So
can you come help me?
Yes, I'm doing video. Bye bye. The Sundays at the barn. Bye bye. So Renegade Gypsy, there is an option in between, and that is to maybe sell some of the ownership to Ron Burke's ownership. And the reason I'm bringing this up is we do have a smaller group of people that would like to keep Renegade Gypsy. And it's not that he has to go. It's not that I'm saying he has to go. No, that's not it at all. But when it comes to us bringing him back here, last night his trip wasn't great. He ended up second over, 3 wide a little bit early, and then fizzled out. Again, when you're talking about an open trotter, he's not an open trotter. He's a nice horse, but he is not a consistent open trotter. And you can say, oh, he had the 7-hole, and he got away 7th. Well, the guy that got away in front of him won the race. So there's that. So I like the horse, but where can we find him consistent racing? Probably around the East Coast. I know he shows racing on a half and racing at Grand River, but that is not racing at Yonkers. And that is not racing at the best of your ability. That's going around fast. He's always been able to do that. So Renegade Gypsy, where do we go from here? I thought I had it answered. Last night I made up my mind he was going to the sale. And then after talking to Ron Burke, I left the door open and said, hey, if you guys wanted to buy into Renegade Gypsy, that would be, I think, amenable for everybody. You would be able to buy out the people that wanted out. You'd be able to retain the people that wanted to stay in. And I know a big stable like him, he said, well, the last thing he wants is to get a bunch of messages and emails from people. And I said, you don't have to worry about that. That's my job. That's what I do. So we're in talks. And I don't know. I would say right now the two leading premises for proposals, if you will, for Renegade Gypsy would be a portion of Renegade Gypsy be sold to Ron Burke's ownership group to appease them, or he's just going to go to the sale, because I don't think I've seen this, right? We've seen it with the two Pacers here this year, J.K. Mickey Mantle, Atlas Hanover. Resolute Bay had an okay start, and then we had to stop with them again. And I know there's a lot of people saying, well, Gypsy's better. He's not better than Resolute Bay. He's not better than the pacing equivalents. He's the same at this point. So I'm not going to let personal feelings dictate what we do with Renegade Gypsy or any of the horses in our barn, best I can anyway. They have to be able to compete. We have to be able to find consistent races for them, or it kind of goes against what we're trying to do here. So that's where we're at with Renegade Gypsy. There are two options on the table. One, partially selling him and moving him to the East Coast. And I'll tell everybody right now, if you're an owner out there, he will be going to the East Coast. It'll be New Jersey, it'll be Yonkers, it'll be Pennsylvania, and you'll have to get licensed out there. And that is the other sticking point of Renegade Gypsy. So, and that would be for anybody. If we kept him, I would send him to Megan, which you would have to get licensed. So that's where we're at with Renegade Gypsy. Always something going on at the stable. Resolute Bay, we just talked about him. He's going to race Monday, I believe. He races in Ontario, so interested to see how he starts back. Serious Dragon is, speaking of starting back, I think he's almost ready to start back jogging now. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have the date in front of me. I'll talk to Harry about that. A 3-Point Blue Chip is in full training right now at Julie Miller's barn. I know this because I got a bill the other day from Julie Miller. So 3-Point Blue Chip is in training. Unbeatable Kemp is on his way over here. He'll race at the Meadows next week. Be Friday, I think he races Friday. Yo Mr. raced good the other day, finishing second. I was happy with him. Good as him also is training down, getting closer now. I haven't got an update from Dominic. He's going to tell me when he's going to the track or been to the track or thinking about going to the track soon, and I haven't had that conversation with him. So I suspect he's been around 225, 230. Still with him, and he's exactly on track to be ready for when we said we could have easily got him ready earlier, but there was just no point. I want to make sure that everybody is starting to transition their stables, right? The 3 and 4 year olds that were maybe running hot all summer, getting turned out in the field, and what you're left with is that kind of watered down group where we'd love to start good as him when he comes back. Locatelli is back going now. He is also in Monday night at Woodbine, so interested to see how that goes. No free lunch. I didn't get the update. I'm going to call Stacy and ask her about this guy. I know the vet was going to win and start treating him. I suspect he was supposed to be back in a few weeks, but we'll see how. We'll see. I'll find out this week, and I'll give everybody an update. But I guess you can wait for your update next week. It's definitely not going to be a week. I would say 3 weeks would be the earliest from right now. You're going to see him in to go. Think of Galaxies to not get in. This is very frustrating when the Patrick the Piranhas and the think. Well, I guess no, that's not true at all. Their class didn't go till Thursday or Friday. I'm hoping they both get in again this week. I would just like some consistent racing for them at the Meadows, and hopefully we can find it. Stay Close raced great the other day. I suspect we'll continue to race great. Now, if we can just get him back in next week, that would be 2 weeks in a row. I think you'll see a much better version. And the only thing I think with Stay Close the other day, just a little short. Chris drove him great. The horse looked good, just a tiny bit short. White Tiger, I told everybody, I think he's made his way back down now. Now, he's been in the penalty box for 4 weeks, been in the open. The backup class didn't fill. Hopefully the backup class fills next week. And as he drops down now, I'm going to leave him there. He's going to make his way back up into the open. And if the open isn't watered down, and it's tough when he gets there, and the Fashion Frenzies are still racing, and the Fellows horse is still racing, I'm just going to simply bring him to the Meadows for 3 or 4 starts, because I'm not going to waste 4 more. And that was, make no mistake, his last 4 races were absolutely wasted starts for us and for him. And I'm not going to do it again. So that's where we're at with White Tiger. Delicious Stone DK. Lauren is going to drive Delicious Stone DK in the Gladys Series, the Amateur Drivers Series next week he's been such a nice little horse. I can't wait. He will come around. I can't wait till he does. Patrick DePrano raced good again the other day. I think, again, that one start, that'll help him next week. I think you'll see Patrick get back to his self that we saw not that long ago. Per Lucky has been tremendous, and he's winding down in Illinois, and the more I think about it, the more I think we're probably just going to move Per Lucky on. Here's a horse that can race in every situation, every track, everywhere, but he is getting a little bit older now. He's 8, I think, or 9, and he's been there's no appearance of him slowing down, but at the same time, Father Time catches up to everybody. And I think what will happen is rather than rest him and bring him back and try and do it all again next year, we'll probably just let somebody else try. So those are your aged horses. 2 set, they're broken up because I had to go catch a horse, but all is well, all is good. I'll be back with the 3-year-olds in just a second.